Hi, this week we are talking about employee policies, why you need them, and what you should have in your employee handbook. So for small businesses that have somewhere between 5 and 50 employees, it's a very good idea to have an employee handbook. This is going to set out all of the expectations between you and your small business and the employees that work for it. Employee handbooks can sometimes sound overwhelming or a little scary. Large companies have huge handbooks and manuals. Back in the day when they were on paper, they were inches thick. Now, of course, they're all online, but can take up their own dedicated websites. This is because in a large organization, you need to have consistency across managers, divisions, locations, and even countries. But for a small business, having a handbook that's somewhere in the range of 10 to 30 pages that sets out the expectations for your employees and also what your employees can expect from working for your business can go a long way to creating a harmonious workplace. We'll talk in the future about what exactly you need to include in a handbook and what policies are important. However, today we're just going to go over some of the kind of overarching themes of a handbook. So first of all, it's really important to remember that one size does not fit all. I know that there is a tendency to want to just go Google it, find one online, but when you do that, you're going to come across policies that don't apply to your business or to your employees, or that it might be incomplete. You might have some additional policies or benefits that aren't included in that version. This leads into my second point, which is, and I know you've heard me say this before, and I'll say it again, it applies in all my practice areas. You never, ever have a policy that you cannot or will not enforce. It is far worse to have something written down that you aren't following than it is to have nothing at all. So when you go to Google and find one, you're gonna probably end up with a policy that just doesn't apply to you or your employees. The third point is that you need to make sure that you are consistent in your application of your policies. And anything that's in your handbook applies to every employee that you have. When you have a policy and you sort of waive it for employee A but not for employee B, two main things can happen. First, if not waiving the policy for employee B leads to either a discipline or termination, it is possible that that could create a prima facie case of discrimination depending on the classes that employee B falls into. In addition, beyond the legal implications, it's just not good employee relations, and you're going to make employee mad if you do something for A and not for B. Finally, it's important to remember that this employee handbook is a contract between you and your employees. You each have rights and obligations underneath it, and you need to work your hardest to fulfill those rights and obligations so that everyone can know what to expect when they come to work for you, and you know what you can expect out of your employees. If you have questions about employee handbooks, what should be in them, how you should write them, feel free to reach out to me. My email is kelsey@schaffnerpllc.com. You can also reach out to me here on Instagram or on my Facebook or Twitter. All of my handles are at schaffnerpllc.com.